Welcome everyone to this presentation about how to set up the WinPST program on your machine to use for conservation planning. First, we'll start with where the program installs, and then we'll go into some of the program defaults, and then we'll go into the details of how to change those defaults and where to get the information to run WinPST. So we'll begin with where WinPST resides on your machine once it's installed. I'm going to open up the file manager. WinPST resides under C, Program Files x86, USDA, and then the WinPST 3.1 folder. In here is where all the data for running WinPST is, and here is the WinPST executable. So if the installation did not create a shortcut, you can create a shortcut from here and run WinPST. Now I've created a shortcut and added it to my start button, and so this is how I normally start WinPST. When you start WinPST, you'll notice that it'll flash size and change into a smaller box. Let me make this larger so it's easier to see. One of the first things I want you to notice with WinPST, a new WinPST install, is that the soils that are available are from Massachusetts. In this case, it's from Hampden and Hampshire counties. And at the bottom right-hand corner, the WinPST program is telling you that there are updates available for this WinPST database, the Pesticides database. To find out where the databases are that WinPST is using, we go to Open New, Data Management, and you'll see here that database location is under C Program Files x86 USDA WinPST 3.1 under the Samples folder, and there's a Sergo MDB, an access database that WinPST is using. If we go to the Main Database tab, you'll see that the main database is located at C Program Files x86 USDA WinPST folder, and is another access database called WinPST 3.1 MDB, another access database there. And this box, Use Default Main Database, is checked. To switch databases, this is where you will go. Before we go into those details of how to switch out the databases to something that's more useful for your area, we'll go on to discuss the WinPST website, and then we'll come back to this Database Management tab to replace the default databases with the databases that we get from the WinPST website and the Web Soil Survey for the soils. In this portion of the training, I'll discuss the WinPST website and how you can use it to download your WinPST software if you're a TSP or a Conservation District employee, or where you can download the updates for everybody else, and where all our WinPST updates will be found. Everything associated with WinPST and pest management is on this particular website. It's the NRCS website. So where are you? Home, Technical Resources, Ecological Science, Invasive Species, and Pest Management. The shortcut to this website is right here. So if you just type in http://go.usa.gov/K, lowercase o, capital K. It is case sensitive here. You type that in, it takes you immediately to this page. And here we have the policy information, the WinPST information for the program, the downloads and documentation, some training materials, some links. So if you click on the WinPST 3.1 downloads and documentation page, it takes you to this page. Notice that the shortcut here is now capital K, lowercase o, and lowercase k. So you can make this a shortcut on your browser. If we scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see that this is the latest WinPST full install, 3.1.13, and then there's been 2 patches released since then. Instructions on downloading and populating WinPST soils. There's a document for that, and I'll give you a brief overview of that later, but there's a document that you can download from this website that shows you exactly step-by-step how to do it. And lastly, the pesticides update that have been posted since 2009. So you can see that the latest version, as of the date of this recording, is 5.9.17. Here's instructions on how to update the WinPST pesticide, and we'll be going over that. And so the best thing to do would be to right-click, save link as, and download it somewhere on your machine. For ease, I'm just going to put it on my desktop. And now I can go to WinPST and download it. But before I do that, I want to show you one last thing on this website, and that is the WinPST user help. This is the how-to guide. So if you have any questions about how to do anything in WinPST, I would recommend downloading and printing this PDF. And it's the how-to for WinPST. Okay, so now that we've viewed the website, we'll go and look at how to update the pesticide database, and we're going to look at how to download, process, and import soils information, soils databases for your WinPST runs. So first, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen here, we can see that the WinPST database that came with the program says that the updated pesticide data is available on the WinPST website. Now, this status will tell you that if you have access to the web to where WinPST can access the website and tell if there is an updated database. So if one, you have to have internet connection, and two, your database has to be out of date for this to turn yellow. If it is that way, and as we saw earlier in the recording, I downloaded the WinPST update. So at this point, I'm going to extract to here, and now here is the extracted access database. So when I go into WinPST, so to update the pesticide database, I'm going to go to Tools, Update Pesticides. And then WinPST wants to know where this update file is. So I'm going to go look on my desktop. There's the update, and I'm going to click Open. And then I will click Proceed. And it's telling you the status at the bottom as it's updating. And once it's done, the update pesticide process completed OK. You can close this. And now at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see that the status now reads WinPST 3.1 ready. Okay, at this point of the presentation here, I would like to talk a little bit about how to get soils for your WinPST program. Now, if you are an NRCS employee or a conservation district employee that has access to the F drive in a field office, typically the soils data that our toolkit program uses resides there, and you can point WinPST to that location. It's just a simple pointing of the program. If, on the other hand, you don't have access to that, or you just want to get the latest version of soils on your own, we ask that you download that from Web Soil Survey. So here we are at the Web Soil Survey. We click on Download Soils Data. Once you click on Download Soils Data, you can choose an area of interest, soil survey area, or other. I typically like to click on the soil survey area to find your state. You can pick your county. And then you see what's available there. And you can pick each one that you want. I'm going to download this link here. It's going to ask me where I want to put it. I'll just put it, again, just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to put it on my desktop. Once the file is downloaded, you will unzip it. Just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to extract it to the desktop. And then you open the folder. What I'd recommend you do now at this point is click on Tabular, and then right click up here and copy that address. Because once we open the actual Access database, it's going to ask you where the data is, and this will help populate the Access database. Okay, so this might occur if you have settings on your computer to stop macros. So click Stop All Macros, click Enable Content, and when this window pops up, it's asking you where is the actual data. You can now just paste that location where all the tabular data is, and then hit OK. And this will populate the Access database. At the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, it's telling you that it's importing, and we wait for it to finish its import process. Once the import is complete, you'll receive this window here that tells you that you can generate a report. You could generate a report to see if everything came in well, but at this point I'm just going to exit out of this, close Access. I'm going to open up WinPST back up again. We can go to Open New Data Management. And now if we wanted to use that new soil that we just brought in, you see that in Data Management we start with the Soils tab. Just to remind you, the WinPST file that we're using has been updated, but under the Soils tab, if you click Browse and you navigate to where you put that Soils folder, so here it is. You can click on that, check the box here so that it imports it, and then hit Save, and it will import those soils. And you can see at the bottom of the screen, it's telling you the status, and it's importing soils. Okay, so at this point, what you can see is that we have the soil survey that we wanted to run off of in WinPST. So here's the Monterey County soil that I imported, and our pesticides have been updated. As you can see down at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen here, it doesn't say that a pesticide update is available because we've updated. So we are ready to go here, and our WinPST is now ready for us to use as we need.